Hello everyone, my name is Siddharth. Today I'll be talking about escaping strings in Java, and in front of me is my ID. On the left, in the left pane is a program I'll be using to demonstrate, and on the right I have notes which will help me be on track, and also it might be useful for you to follow this as I speak. So, first of all, I'd like to introduce ASCII and Unicode encoding schemes. So, you might be familiar with this, but I'll just give a background. Um, in in a computer, character strings are a collection of characters, an array of characters, and each character has a numeric code. In the ASCII code, each character takes 1 byte, and ASCII usually has representation for the English alphabet, and for international alphabets, we have Unicode, which can use something like 4 bytes depending on the encoding used. Now, with that out of the way, we'll next go and look at the program in detail to understand these concepts. So, my program is uh, basically a string called S, and the commented part you don't need to worry about right now. I use a function called two character array, which converts a given string S into a character array, and then I loop through each character and I print the character, and I also print its ASCII code. So the first question is, what is a string literal? So here, hello world inside the string is a literal because it's anything inside quotes is a literal. A string, in this case, a string literal. Now, let me run the program to give you an idea of what to expect. Okay, so what I've done right now is I've printed all the characters in hello world, and you can see the ASCII code on the right column. And notice that space or an empty space has a ASCII code of 32, and E has 101, and so on and so forth. So here you can see that uh, actually when I convert it into a character array and print things out, uh, it is what you expect. Like there are no surprises. And if you count the number of characters here, they will equal the number of characters in the given string. Now, it may so happen that we want certain control when outputting a string. So historically, when you would output a string, it would be on a teletype or a monitor. And when we would want a carriage return or to go to a new line, we might add a control command at the point where we wanted a new line or a tab or similar formatting points. So this is where control characters were invented, and what they allow you to do is they allow you to give special commands to the device which is interpreting the string or outputting the string, and it can format it as you wish. So one way to use um, a control character is to directly add it to a string. So here we see that in ASCII, the control character 10 is the control for adding a new line or a line feed. And one way to add a control character is to just append it to the string. So here we just cast 10 to a character and we append it at the back of hello world. And so let's see what happens when we run this program. Okay, so here we see that after hello world we get a new line, and the reason for that is because we commanded the display to output a new line, and you see that we also output the code for a new line after the new line has been output. And so the code here in this case, the string is not exactly or maybe in this case it is similar to what you would see in the source, except that we have added a 10. Now the other thing we could do is that instead of adding a code, a more convenient thing is to add it inside the string literal itself. Now once you embed it in the string, you need to tell the display or whoever is processing the string that this is a control and this doesn't need to be output to the display. And the way you do it is to add a backslash, and here we say \n, and this, let's run the program now, and this has the same effect as the previous version. So we see a new line being output here where my mouse is, and we also see that 10 is output, which is the character for new line. So what we have learned is that if we need to embed control inside the string, we need to escape, and escape is with backslash, and n is \n is the control sequence for new line. Yeah, okay. Now things get a little bit interesting when we get into constructing regular expressions using string literals. So for example, \s is the regex for a single to recognize a single white space character, and let's try to see what happens when we add it to the back of a string. So here we see that hello world is output as before, but after that you have a space, and the character code for space is entered as 32. So when we actually want a regex to recognize a white space character, if we just use a single /s, then that is interpreted by the system as a space, and this is not what we want, because now when this s will be fed into a regular expression processor, then it would not even see /s, it would just see space. So this is not what we want. Now incidentally, you wouldn't find /s in Java documentation. This seems to be an undocumented feature, and I'll give you a link of where we can find out more about /s. Now an interesting thing is, even if when you were trying things out and things wouldn't work as intended, you could actually just do something like I have done, which is print everything to a character array and inspect that array and see how each character is being interpreted. And so here, if you would assume that slashes s would actually invoke the regular expression processor as you would want, and it doesn't, this is a good way to debug, where you see, oh, I'm adding a space. This is being eaten up by my by Java's string literal processor. Now, how do you actually go and add slashes for regular expression? So one way to do it is to do something what we did for /n, which is you add the ASCII code for backslash, and then you add an s to the end of the string. Now let's see what is printed here. So here, if you see after hello world, we have a /s, and now if you pipe this through a regular expression processor, it would do what you expect it to do. Now, the reason this works is because once we use a code like this, then the string literal, then we're not embedding the string, the escape sequence needed for regular expression inside the string. So we don't need to do anything special. Java just ignores it. Now the other way to do it, by when you want to embed it in a string, is to double escape it. And what this, let's see what this does by running this program. So this does the same thing. The string is output with a /s, and this is now in a good state to be processed by the regular expression processor. So to conclude, we looked at what is string escaping, and we saw that you could control display using control sequences and escaping them when they're embedded in strings. We also looked very importantly at how to debug one's understanding of what's happening, and we saw that if you just do a 2-character array as I have done and inspect each character, you can see what's being printed. You can see how the string is being interpreted and take corrective measures. Now, the last thing we saw was why we need to double escape for making regular expressions, and that is because when we want to construct a correct regular expression, we have to account for the fact that Java will first interpret all escape sequences as regular control sequences, and only when we double escape will we get what we want after Java has done its processing. So hope this was useful to you. I'll post this program on CampusFire in case you want to play with it. Thank you.